Greetings, fellow Earthlings and viewers across the World Wide Web. This is Toon 215, and right now we're in the state of Pennsylvania. We're currently in the city of Philadelphia. Today we're going to be doing a walkthrough of the Wyoming Corridor Business District here on Wyoming Avenue, located in North Philadelphia. We're walking on Wyoming Avenue in the Toon 215. Toon, T-O-O-N 215. Toon 215.
Parkside 2585.
Yo, comment that joint on my joint and I subscribe to you. All right, dog. We on G in Wyoming. We're passing a Spanish restaurant. Check it out. We're passing Reach Street. You can see the Philadelphia skyline over the buildings. We have G in Wyoming Services over here, a business in the basement of their property. Yeah, I wish it would have been a little bit quieter so we could have heard his social networking. I think he dropped his YouTube. But I told him to comment his YouTube channel on my page and then I'll subscribe back. We got K&J Auto Body right there. Now this neighborhood is near Longcrest and Longdale. It's all within the same area. Longcrest is blocks away from here. But if you paid attention to the Longcrest video, you'll see that the layout looks very similar. Check out that Bronco over there. That Bronco looks beefy, right? Wow, that thing is tall. I was so tempted to go over there and check it out. Tire shop. Now, based on the World Wide Web, using Google, it was once said that in the early 1900s, when this was all farmland, it was known as Wyoming Valley or Wyoming Villa. Like most of Northeast, in this case, this would probably be like right before you enter Lower Northeast. Feltonville is still considered North Philadelphia, but it's bordered by some Northeast neighborhoods. Back in the day, it was farmland. The main parts of the city that were developed was around City Hall in the 1900s. We're passing Tampa. We're on Wyoming. We're traveling westbound on Wyoming Ave. Now make note that we're on Wyoming Ave in the Feltonville neighborhood, but Wyoming Ave actually runs to a neighborhood called Wyoming. So if we were to go straight about a good mile or two, we'll run into the Wyoming neighborhood, which is right by Broad Street. You guys are now watching Trash at 4K Ultra HD. Make sure you adjust your screen resolution in your YouTube browser. YouTube's automatically going to recommend you this video in its lowest quality. See how it's two apex rooftops and then it's two flat tops, and then it's two triangle rooftops, two flat tops. They repeat that pattern. You got a little Yamaha right here with some more Trash in 4K Ultra HD. You got a little lunch truck. They got a camera right here. Subscribe to Toon 215. Just left them on Candy Can. So they saw me, but I saw them. So right now we're at the intersection of Wyoming Ave and Whitaker Ave. If you head right, you'll head towards the Roosevelt Boulevard, which is also known as one of the most dangerous highways in America. If you make a left, you'll head towards down North Philly. And then if you keep going far enough south, you'll head towards South Philly. So we're gonna wait right here until traffic disperses. Meanwhile, you guys can take a look at the environment. There's a police station right up the block behind us. And right over here, I used to ride my dirt bike right by Loudon Street. There's a little walkway there, a nice little off-road area where we used to ride bikes and all of that. Bring four-wheelers and stuff down here. You can see the Philadelphia skyline right there. You see it? So that's what the Philly skyline looks like at the intersection of Wyoming Ave and Whitaker. If you go 2-3 blocks forward where we're pointed, that's the police station in that direction. So you can see signs up top that read Esperanza, welcome to the Wyoming Avenue corridor. This is where a handful of their businesses for the locals are located. So if you live in this neighborhood, you might come and walk to this avenue to buy some food. You got Chinese store, you got Spanish restaurant, 2 of them. You got a mini mart, a hair salon, then you got the side blocks that line Wyoming Ave. Now this neighborhood does have a high population of people from the Middle East, people from Pakistan, Palestine, Arabs, and so on. I used to actually work for a company in this neighborhood which was owned by Arabs. I used to drive ice cream trucks when I was a youngster, the Mr. Softy trucks. And the Muslims tend to conquer that business here in Philadelphia. There are a lot of Hispanics, Black Americans, fair amount of Asians, fair amount of white Americans. I had a buddy of mine that was robbed around here, like 2 blocks up on C Street. We're approaching D Street. One of my homies, he was robbed. He had a cast, and he said that he was walking with his crutches. He had left his shorty's house. He was talking to a girl, and it was nighttime. It was like 10, 11 at night, and he was in Wyoming. He had literally just left her house, and he was with crutches. And he said that 2 dudes walked up to him. They put a gun up to him. While one had the gun to him, the other one patted him down and took everything from his pockets while he was on crutches. Crazy, right? You got a Philadelphia rapper that's from around here, up and coming rapper, Wyo. Matter of fact, speaking of Wyo, a lot of the rappers from this area, they are, not all of them, but a handful of them represent the Wyo gang, which is, it was developed from Wyoming. So shout out to Wyola. Wyola's from right around the corner. I shot a music video for Wyola. But young Wyo is from around the corner, to my knowledge. He shot a music video on Loudon. And I believe he's also of Middle East descent. I don't know exactly. I don't know if he's Arabic or whatnot, but he's young. He's in his 20s, probably 30s. He get money. He pulled out a couple Lamborghinis and Bentleys for his music video. And he's from this area. And to be honest, I had covered, shout out to Wyola, I had covered Longcrest, and I forgot to tell y'all that Matt Ox is a little kid. He's like 14, 15, maybe 16. I don't know. What is he now? 17, 15, 16-year-old kid named Matt Ox, who's from the Longcrest neighborhood, Lawndale, Longcrest. But that's minutes away from here. And this is their little business corridor. See, check that out. See, that's one of those Muslim businesses that sell the Allah meat and Allah products, kosher products and all of that. Lifetime Pharmacy, Bodenot. We're passing 4600 block of Bodenot. Yeah, C Street right here, C in Wyoming. This is where my buddy got robbed at. It happens. This neighborhood, it has this fair amount of crime. It varies from time to time. But can this be classified as the hood? Yeah. Yeah, he was speaking his native language. All right, we're on C in Wyoming. There's a cemetery over there on my left-hand side. I actually have several family members and friends buried at that cemetery. Family dentistry. You can see the leaves. They got that brownish golden auburn color. The sky looks so nice. It's pretty clear skies, right? That's an ultra blue sky. Must be the 4K Ultra HD. All right, we're passing Rose Hill. And if you take a look at the Rose Hill street sign, you'll see a camera right there. See that? So those are the little safety precautions people will take to protect their property. There's a house that wraps around this corner. You see it? Then you got a little school right here. The school is located right next to the cemetery. And then right across the street is where, at the time when I used to work there, it's 2022 now, when I used to run the ice cream trucks, it was 2004, 2005, 2006. So a very long time ago, early 2000s. But they used to be stationed right there. You see that yellow building? And they used to have about a dozen, maybe 15, dozen and a half or so ice cream trucks parked in the back of that property. And every day we had to go in around a certain time, prepare our truck, and then hit the road. And you would see all the ice cream trucks come out of that gate right there. Now it looks like they probably changed it to a daycare center. And Marco Auto Center might still own some of the property. So it might still be in the family. It might still be in the business. We got a bunch of kids out there playing. Schoolyards, recess probably for them. We're on B in Wyoming. You got one of the entrances to Greenmount Cemetery right here. Remember I was telling y'all? You remember Greenmount? Well, it's deep. This is a huge cemetery. You don't even understand how big the cemetery is. This is like a little teeny piece of the iceberg. Let's make a right. Let's walk back the opposite direction so you guys can see the opposite half of the business corridor. Wyoming Avenue branch, Free Library, Philadelphia. Check that out. It was founded by Andrew Carnegie. Wow, check that out. Yeah, it's a lot of history in the area. A lot of history in the area. People was beeping and thumbs up, and I don't know if it's a supporter, somebody is watching me, or if they just wanted the support, but thank you very much. It's always nice to receive encouragement. L&S Boutique Clothing and Accessories. Now, we could have kept on traveling behind us, which is westbound. In front of us is eastbound. On our left is northbound. On our right is southbound. We could have kept on traveling westbound behind us. But then that would have took us away from the opposite half of the business district. And I felt like if I give you both views, both sides of the street, you'll get a better grasp on what you just saw. Sometimes you need to look at something twice. So we're going to walk through the opposite direction. We're just going to walk eastbound this time. Wyoming Pharmacy. Yeah, I actually shot another music video for somebody else from around here too. Now that I think about it, we shot it on Loudon Street. His name is Brian. Brian 2X. Yeah, I shot a music video for him in this neighborhood. Again, this neighborhood in the summer is thriving. There's plenty of kids outside playing. People riding bikes, dirt bikes, bicycles, skates. People sitting on their porches, on their lawns, outside cooking, playing music. Since it's the fall season, it looks a little bit deserted. Today's high is 56. So it's sweater weather for sure. The only thing that's making it warm is the sun. All right, we're on C Street, in Wyoming. Yeah, he said he got Raleigh right around there. He was walking on that sidewalk. And he said that the day that he was out here, it was pitch black. That is like that the street lights wasn't working. So look at that B. You see that B? That B stands for boner. Passing a little supermarket. Passing boat and not. Those are some of the businesses that we passed earlier. We were on that side of the street. This is the Allah supermarket, international foods and all of that stuff. You got a property being worked on right here. Look at that. Somebody dropped the property right there. You see that? I don't know if they rehabbed an existing property or if they squared it down to level and then they made a new property, but so in different neighborhoods across Philadelphia, you'll find little business districts like this. And a lot of the businesses in little business districts like this are usually mom and pop owned businesses, family businesses, businesses of immigrants who came from other countries over here for the American dream. See, by that accent right there, I'm not too familiar with Spanish, but by that accent I could tell you that he was Dominican. Yeah, there's been a couple shootings up on that block over there and on this block over here. B&B. Rainbow Nailery. They call it a nailery. Instead of a nail salon, they call it nailery. New London Pizza. See that business over there on D in Wyoming? It's called New London Pizza. So check out these houses. You see how these are more leveled? They're not leveled to street level, but they're only raised about 4 feet, right? Look across the street. Those have full-blown porches. Look at the style of houses over there. Look at the roof. Look at the shingles. They got like the terracotta shingles. Now just look across the street and look at the way it changes. Now it's just vinyl siding and flat tops. Philadelphia doesn't have one style of housing. We have damn near 20 plus facades of houses. Different neighborhoods boast different architecture. For example, neighborhoods like West Oak Lane and East Oak Lane, they have some very historical architecture. Neighborhoods like Germantown, Mount Airy, very historical architecture. All right, right now we're on Wyoming and Whitaker. This is the intersection that we started off at earlier on in the story. You can see the Philadelphia skyline from afar. Over here is that place I used to ride dirt bikes I told y'all about, Whitaker. We used to ride dirt bikes. Speaking of dirt bikes, somebody was actually killed back there for his dirt bike. He had a KX 125 made by Kawasaki. KX stands for Kawasaki. CR stands for Honda. RM is for Suzuki. And YZ is for Yamaha. So he had a KX. He had a KX 125. 125 stands for the CC size of the engine. It's usually like 124.9 cc's or something, which is pretty much 125 cc. Bikes range from 50 cc, 80 cc, 125 cc, 150R, 250, 450, 500, and so on. And it depends if you bore up the cylinder and whatnot. But anyway, he had a KX 125. He was probably like 17. One block to my left, there's a little track where we used to ride at, and they killed him for his bike. Yep. Yeah, let me know if y'all want to walk through that trail. I'll show y'all that trail. There's a trail back here, and I can take y'all through the whole trail. It's pretty cool. There's like a little water stream and everything where people hang out near the water. Some people used to swim there too. I don't know if people still swim there, but it's like one of our little local spots. We got the Finest Cut Barbershop and Tampa Street. If you go right down Tampa Street, you'll head towards where that young man was killed for his dirt bike.